Okay, here's a thought. What if a simple children's rhyme, one you might have sung as a kid, wasn't just innocent fun? What if it was actually a terrifying blueprint for murder?
It's a chilling idea, isn't it?
Definitely. Welcome, everyone, to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling an absolute giant of the mystery genre. Agatha Christie's amazing, and then there were none.
It really is a masterpiece.
And our mission here, as always, isn't just to skim the plot. Nope. We're digging deep, pulling out the key insights, the real nuggets from our source material, basically giving you a shortcut to really get this incredible story.
And we're diving right into that chilling blueprint you mentioned. We'll explore how Christie masterfully weaves this tale that really probes, the very core of guilt and justice. Quite a psychological journey.
It really is. You won't forget it. Leaves you questioning, well, everything. Okay, so let's start with the legend herself, Agatha Christie, the queen of crime, right? Born in England, 1890, world famous for mystery, for crime novels.
Absolutely iconic.
And she created these incredible characters, Hercule, Poirot, Miss Marple. I mean, the sheer volume, over 80 novels and plays. She passed away in 1976, but her legacy, huge. Still captivating people today.
It really is immense. And then there were none, which came out in 1939. It really stands out, even among her best work. It's pure mystery, pure crime fiction.
Right.
And the premise is just so chilling. You have 10 complete strangers invited to this remote island, Soldier Island, totally cut off.
Nowhere to run.
Exactly. And then one by one, they start getting killed off. And the terrifying part, the killer has to be one of them.
Goosebumps.
And what's really fascinating, like you said, is the whole sequence of murders is directly inspired by a kid's nursery rhyme. Something innocent turned into this countdown to death.
Yeah, and that inspiration totally sets the tone. It's dark, it's scary, it's serious. There's this constant feeling of danger hanging over everything.
Relentless.
And as people die, the fear just ramps up, doesn't it? They feel trapped, hopeless. Our sources even pull out that quote from a character, "We're all going to die. Who will be the next?" You really feel that dread.
You absolutely do. Christie puts you right there with them.
But her writing style, it's actually really clear, quite easy to follow. Short chapters, simple words mostly. But don't let that fool you.
Oh, no, it's deceptively simple.
Exactly. She's so meticulous with the clues, like little puzzle pieces scattered around. And the suspense builds so gradually, it just creeps up on you until, bam, you're completely hooked. There's this great description our source mentioned about the silence. It was so quiet, one almost felt that it was not a house full of people, but an empty house. It shows how even the silence becomes terrifying. You're just waiting.
Waiting for the other shoe to drop. Which brings us perfectly to the setting, Soldier Island. It's almost like another character in the story, wouldn't you say?
Totally. It's pivotal.
Described as this lonely place, completely cut off. No way out. The sea around it. Smooth and cruel is how it's put, kind of mocking their predicament before the storm hits.
Right, amplifying that isolation.
And the house itself, looks nice at first, but it quickly feels cold, strange. Then a storm rolls in, makes the dread even worse, basically seals them in.
Trapped.
Yeah, as one character says pretty bluntly, this island's a prison one way in and no way out. It's just this perfect psychological pressure cooker designed to strip away every bit of security.
Okay, so we have the creepy island, the storm, the perfect stage. But the real terror, like always with Christie, it's the people, right? Who are these 10 strangers? What secrets brought them here?
And this is where it gets really juicy.
Yeah, because they aren't random picks, are they?
Not at all. Christie carefully chose this group. They're sort of society's untouchables people whose crimes, big or small, slip through the cracks of the legal system. So you've got someone like Vera Claythorne, young school teacher. She let a boy drown, supposedly for love. And her reaction's pure denial, right? I didn't kill him. But you sense that deep guilt underneath.
Okay.
Then there's Justice Wargrave, the retired judge. He's clever, seems calm, but has this intense fascination with punishment. He's the mastermind, believing justice is done through his own horrifying methods. He's like this twisted symbol of retribution.
Wow. So quite the contrast, denial versus this cold sense of purpose.
Exactly. And then you swing to the other side, the ones with absolutely no remorse, like Philip Lombard. Bold, confident guy, left African workers to die. His take, I've done worse things, just like that.
Chilling lack of conscience there.
Right. Or Anthony Marston, young, rich, completely careless, killed 2 kids speeding. His reaction, beastly bad luck. That's it.
Unbelievable. It's fascinating how she shows that whole spectrum of reactions to doing wrong.
It really is.
Yeah.
And then you have those who try to hide behind their job or, circumstances. Dr. Armstrong, the rich doctor, killed a patient while operating drunk. His defense is so weak, I was only trying to help.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. And William Bloor, the ex-cop, lied in court, got an innocent man locked up. His excuse, I was doing my job.
Makes you think about how easily people rationalize things, doesn't it?
Definitely. And then there's Emily Brent. Very strict, very religious. She basically caused the young pregnant girl's suicide, believed the girl was sinful. Her stance, I have nothing to be sorry for. Zero guilt.
Wow. Cold.
Ice cold. Contrast that with General MacArthur. Old soldier, seems tired. He sent his wife's lover, a young officer, to his death. He seems resigned, almost accepting his fate, murmuring, it's the end. I feel it.
A flicker of conscience, maybe? Or just
Wow.
weariness?
Perhaps both. And finally, the Rogers, the butler and the housemaid, accused of letting their elderly employer die so they can inherit money. Mr. Rogers nervously insists, I didn't know she'd die. And Mrs. Rogers, she's terrified, fainting early on. You see the fear, the complicity.
So this whole group, it's like a gallery of guilt, denial, and rationalization. It just cranks up the psychological tension even more.
Masterfully done, isn't it? Which leads us to the title itself, And Then There Were None. So direct, so chilling, it literally mirrors the countdown these people are facing.
It's not subtle, but it's incredibly effective.
Right. It's the last line of that dark nursery rhyme, the one that's actually hanging in each of their rooms. It becomes the killer's literal script. Every murder follows the rhyme, step by horrifying step.
Like a ritual.
Exactly. You see it right away with Anthony Marston choking to death. Matches the first verse perfectly. 10 little soldier boys went out to dine. One choked his little self, and then there were 9.
And the characters realize this pattern, don't they? That must be terrifying.
Oh, absolutely. The terror escalates as they see the pattern. They watch those little soldier figurines on the dining table disappear one by one. Our source highlights someone whispering, the little Indian figures, they're going one by one.
Gives me chills just thinking about it.
And it all ties back to Wargrave's warped plan. When the last figure is gone, he declares, justice is done. It's the final punctuation on his twisted form of judgment.
So, okay, incredibly clever plot, the rhyme, the figures. But what's the deeper meaning here? This is where Christie really takes it beyond just a whodunit, right?
Absolutely. She's digging into some profound themes. Let's start with justice. It's central, obviously. But it's justice twisted into something dark.
Yeah, Wargrave acts as judge, jury, and executioner.
Precisely. He's punishing those the legal system couldn't touch, and Christie sources you, the reader, to grapple with that. Is this justice? Or just more killing wrapped in self-righteousness?
It's a really uncomfortable question. When the system fails, does vigilantism start to look, well, not right, but understandable? Or is it always wrong?
She doesn't give easy answers. She shows how blurry that line can become, how the pursuit of right can go terribly wrong.
Which connects directly to guilt, doesn't it?
Directly. The island acts like a crucible burning away secrets. You see the whole range. Vera's frantic denial, I didn't kill him, versus Emily Brent's utter lack of shame, I have nothing to be sorry for.
It's a study in conscience, or the lack of it.
Exactly. How guilt, or its absence, shapes those final moments, how it can corrode everything.
And then there's the fear and isolation. That's almost tangible in the book. Being cut off, no phone, no boat, no help coming.
It's primal fear.
Yeah.
The island becomes this claustrophobic cage, and every death just shrinks the walls further. That quote again, we're all going to die, who will be the next? It captures that raw terror, that feeling of being utterly exposed and helpless.
It feels like a reflection of the human condition when everything's stripped away.
Very much so. And that fear breeds paranoia and suspicion. Trust just evaporates completely. Everyone starts watching everyone else. Every look, every word feels like a potential threat.
Christie's amazing at that, turning normal interactions sinister.
She is. It's like that line, it's like we're being watched. Like the poem is alive. The very air feels thick with suspicion. Human connection just breaks down under that pressure.
And underlying it all is this sense of fate and helplessness, right? The deaths feel inevitable, preordained by the rhyme.
Those disappearing soldier figures constantly reinforce it. No matter what they try, they can't escape the script.
Yeah.
It's a chilling look at how fragile our sense of control really is when faced with something so meticulous, so unstoppable.
It's like they're puppets in Wargrave's play.
Precisely. And these themes, they're amplified by really powerful symbols throughout the story. The 10 soldier figurines, for instance, they're maybe the most obvious and most important symbol.
Visual countdown.
Exactly. Standing right there on the dining table, a constant morbid reminder of who's left. That line from the rhyme, 10 little Indian boys, and then there were none, becomes terrifyingly literal as they vanish. It's a macabre scoreboard.
Right. And the nursery rhyme itself.
It's more than just a rhyme. It's the actual death plan. It becomes horrifyingly real. You feel Vera's terror when she rereads it, realizing it's horrible. The way it keeps happening, exactly like the rhyme. It's the story's dark heartbeat, the killer's chilling blueprint made real.
Okay, and the island. Soldier Island.
It's a huge symbol. Starts as this beautiful place, then transforms into a prison. It represents that total isolation, the fear, but also serves as Wargrave's stage for punishment. As he says, there is no one on this island but our 8 selves. It's the perfect closed environment for his deadly game.
And even the weather plays a part, doesn't it? The storm.
Oh, absolutely. The storms, the darkness, they perfectly mirror the character's internal state, their rising fear, their confusion. It physically cuts them off from help, making everything feel more intense, more terrifying. Remember, the storm broke just as the lights went out. External chaos matching internal dread.
That's brilliant writing. One last symbol.
The gramophone recording, that's what kicks everything off, right? The initial shock. It's this cold, disembodied voice of justice, accusing each guest. It instantly turns the island into a kind of courtroom.
Prisoners at the bar, have you anything to say in your defense? Chilling.
It really is. It forces everyone, including you, the reader, into the role of juror right from the start.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you, our listener? This deep dive really shows how Christie weaves plot, character, and these chilling symbols together to tap into something universal, doesn't it?
It really does.
Guilt, fear, justice, isolation. These are things we all grapple with. It's why psychological thrillers like this have such enduring power. They make us look at the darker corners of human nature and maybe even ourselves.
Indeed. And the core message, it feels pretty timeless. You just can't outrun your past. If you've done wrong, eventually, truth or guilt, or in this case, Wargrave's twisted justice, will catch up.
A heavy thought.
It is. It suggests justice finds a way, even outside the law, sometimes horrifically so. And maybe the most practical warning from the book, emphasized in our sources, is to be incredibly careful who you trust. Because as it says, evil can hide behind a kind face.
So true. What an incredible deep dive into "And Then There Were None." We've really seen Christie's genius, the intricate plotting, yes, but also that profound psychological depth, turning a simple rhyme into this unforgettable exploration of justice, guilt, and human nature.
It absolutely stays with you long after you finish it.
It really does.
Which leads to a final thought, something for you to chew on.
Yeah.
If you were on Soldier Island, knowing what we now know about everyone's secrets, about the setup, how would you even begin to decide who to trust? Who would you fear the most? And maybe more deeply, what does grappling with that question tell us about how we judge others, about the nature of justice itself, especially in a world where secrets seem harder and harder to keep?